Hello, fabulous Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. As I spoke about in the general horoscopes as well, and I do think this is going to be such a dominant energy for you, it really is all about Mars being in your sign. Mars is in your sign. And Mars is, yes, as I spoke about in the general horoscope, it is a planet that has to do with the will, and it has to do with directing your will. But on a more basic level, and especially in the context of love, Mars has to do with ultimately what it is that turns you on. It has to do with your drive to connect with another person. And there's a strong physicality to this Mars energy. And I gotta say, I mean, when Mars moves through your sign, and especially considering it's your sign, there's a very strong desire to connect with others. You add to this the fact that in the early part of the month, Mars will be speaking in harmony with Neptune. And Neptune right now is in a part of the sky for you that has to do with the feelings of love and making a love connection with another person, the joy that love can bring. And really being drawn to that, being attracted to that, and also being awakened to that is very strongly indicated with this particular conversation. And then Pluto, of course, is also representative of, in the context of love, deep and meaningful connections, the kind of connections that really allow you to be vulnerable. And it looks like the possibility of you making the right connection at the right time, having the right conversation, especially at the right time in the middle of the month, once Mars speaks with Pluto, I think that is also going to represent an important moment for you where it comes to love. Now, keep in mind when the middle date is that right around the same time we have a full moon taking place, and this full moon is going to take place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with home. It has to do with your past as well. And this particular full moon will be speaking to Saturn in your sign. And so when I look at that, and I will be so honest with you, I look at that, it does suggest, and because full moons are more about culmination, as much as it is likely that you are connecting with other people, and Mars is really new energy, it's awakened energy. At the same time, it does look like there's an element of healing taking place for you where you are being asked, if you really want to step into the future, what you're going to have to really put in your past. And as part of this, some percentage of Scorpios out there may experience, it's a possibility, may experience a reconnection with someone from the past as well, as part of learning these lessons and as part of understanding that it never was really about anyone else. It's always about you taking ownership for your happiness. It's always about you understanding what you need to do. Now, I know that's easier said than done. Of course, there's something that happens when you have a genuine connection with another person. It's healing, it's meaningful, it helps us grow in tremendous ways. And yet, ultimately, those lessons are our own. And these are all lessons that are going to hit home right around the full moon. When I consider the fact that there is going to be such a strong motivation to connect with somebody, and that once we get to the end of the month, Mars is going to meet Saturn in your sign. And again, when we look at Mars in the context of love, because Mars is associated with that sort of animal attraction, if you will, I do think that that end of the month is going to represent a real grounding moment where you understand what you have been drawn to in the past, and what it is now that you truly want, and what it is that you want from yourself, and what it is you want from another. If you are in an established bond, I do think that this month, and especially in the early part of the month, does represent a time of genuine connecting with this person. Feeling a renewal certainly seems to be happening around that time. However, in the middle of the month, I do think that the full moon for you is going to play out with a sense of understanding of what you need to leave in the past. If you're going to move into the future with this person, then there is going to be at least one key experience or hurt that has already occurred, that occurred in the past. It's you deciding that you're really going to let it go. You're really going to put it down. You're really going to say, okay, that really is in the past. It doesn't have to speak to our present anymore. With those of you who have somebody in your sphere, I do think that this month is going to represent you just really wanting to be around this person a lot. It is towards the end of the month where you sort of say to yourself, okay, is this the person I really want walking with me long term? It's one thing to really be drawn to this person. It's one thing to really want that connection with this person. But is this really long-term material? And I think everybody in some area of life is going to be asking yourselves that and making changes from that place. And so your question is really going to be very personal, because it's going to be really about you, not so much about the other person. Remember, Mars is in your sign, and Mars moving through your sign is saying, what are you attracted to, and what is it that needs to change within you so that you can move yourself towards making choices that maybe are a little bit more stable and that represent a greater direction that you're ready to go into now. I think that some of you out there, I'll be really honest, if you have been open to love, or not really sure, or just sort of keeping things light, I think this is a time when the likelihood of you experiencing a desire for real commitment and stability should show up quite strongly. And those of you not in an established bond, at the very least, you're getting your flirt on. I do see that happening. And it does look like a time that is meant to empower you, especially on a level of your own awakening taking place, your own energetic awakening taking place, and you connecting with people from that place of confidence and from that place of being in the moment, and also from a place of courage as well, leaving any past hurts in your past, really, and in the background, so that you can engage in this present moment with a truly open heart and open energy as well. One thing is for sure, though, this month is all about empowering you, and it's all about making you aware of what you want, and in some cases, why you want it. And once you get that clarity, once you allow Mars to show you what it is that you truly desire to do and what it is that you're truly attracted to, especially in the context of love, that in turn will allow you to make wiser choices moving ahead, so that you're bringing together your desire to have that genuine connection, an energetic connection with another person, with an understanding that when you have a genuine connection with somebody that you have genuine respect for, it makes that connection that much more meaningful. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.